Well, hello guys, and welcome back to the Youth Podcast.
Podcast.
And I don't even know what episode this is, Reece.
This is episode something beginning with a 1.
I think it might be 11.
No, it's not.
12?
No idea.
Anyway, we're back.
13.
And today, Reece,
Yeah.
we have a guest.
Yes.
And our guest is Tovi. Hello, Tovi, and welcome to the Youth Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
You're very well. How does it feel to be here?
Feels nice.
Nice.
Feels
Feels cool.
I think he's a bit scared to be in the room with us right now, Reece. He's like,
Yeah,
what?
we are.
What have I agreed to?
We're extremely scary individuals.
Nah.
I mean, look at this face.
Reece worked hard to convince Tovi to be here,
Yeah,
but he's
worked
here,
hard.
so
Yeah.
we're good. We're good. So,
Welcome, Tovi.
welcome, Tovi. Yeah. So, what we're going to do, Reece,
Yes.
opening game, or
Yes.
actually do something. We're going to do 10 quick fire questions with Tovi.
10
So-
fire
So, the way it's going to work, guys, me and Reece are going to take turns in asking Tovi questions,
Yeah.
and he has to answer within like a second or two. All right, don't have time to think, Tovi.
Yeah, okay.
Straight in.
Alright.
So, just so you guys can get to know Tovi a bit if you don't know him. I know a lot of you do. But, are you ready, Tovi?
I am.
Be
10
ready.
I think we need to get some like tense music on in the background.
Yeah,
What
I'll
do
get
you
some
reckon?
tense music.
Something like Nathan.
Edison
Okay.
Reece. Tense music.
Okay, are we ready? So I'll read the first one and you can read the second one.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tovi, question 1: what is the first app you go on in the morning?
The weather app.
The weather app, just like me, Reece. Yeah, just like me.
I used to do my paper round, so I
True.
needed to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See some
Oh, you
smarts
do a
behind
paper
this.
round, don't you?
Well,
He got fired, didn't he?
no, I did not. I did not get fired. I got made redundant.
It is different.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, question 2.
Question 2. If you could have dinner with any celebrity, who would it be?
Gordon Ramsay.
Really? And would you cook or would he cook?
Well, he would cook.
Yeah, because if you cook, he's just
Yeah.
going to scream.
That's why I
Are
picked
you the
him.
idiot sandwich or is he? Who's the idiot sandwich? You or him?
The idiot sandwich.
Not me.
Do you not know who the idiot sandwich is?
It's like a meme.
Nathan,
I'm
you
too
are-
old.
You're
too old for this stuff. All
This
right.
guy's not gentle.
Okay, next one. What's one word your friends would use to describe you?
Goofy.
Goofy. I can see
Goofy.
that actually. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. Not in a bad way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In a loving way.
In a loving way. Yeah, sure. What song is currently on repeat for you?
Ooh.
Or Cliche by MGK.
Okay. Is that the one you introduced to us?
Hmm?
Cliche. No, that was Shine that you showed
Oh,
us.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
Cliche
Right,
is.
anyway. Go on, sing us a bit.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm saying, like, we may
Put it
get
in
No
the-
way.
we may get copyright.
No way.
Oh, that's a good point. Well,
I was
don't think
actually
they didn't
thinking about it.
He
No
was
way.
trying to-
That's true, that's
No, I don't know. Well, I think we'll tell you after sing it maybe later. Anyway, okay. TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. You can only have one. Use one for the rest of your life. Which are you picking?
TikTok.
TikTok.
I use it
Really?
the most out of all.
Do you? What about you, Reece?
TikTok.
Yeah, I think I'm probably Instagram.
Oh,
I do use a bit of YouTube.
I have Instagram.
We should be saying YouTube because this goes
Oh
on
yeah,
YouTube.
YouTube. Guys, said YouTube.
Okay, next one.
TikTok, be TikTok. What's one trend you just don't get?
Oh, I know one for that.
Is it like a fashion trend or?
I really
okay.
don't know. Meme trend and
Yeah, like a meme trend, I think.
Like the Italian brain. Oh, look, Labubu.
the boo.
Oh,
Boobs.
what's
I
it?
don't-
Yeah,
I don't
know.
understand
Have you seen
it.
the South Park?
No, I haven't.
Have you not?
No,
Because I don't
they're
know, like,
weird. I don't get
like when I was a kid and there were like squishies and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I got that, but I don't even get how a
No.
kid can be appealed to a Labubu.
No, and a lot of people getting them. Like,
Yeah, I don't understand
get
how
Now
it.
it's
there's
such
this
like a
blooming
fad.
Labubu and stuff. When it comes to like meme trends, I don't understand the silly 6-7
Six,
thing.
no, well, I don't get.
understand
Well, you
that.
do it all the time, bro.
I know, just to annoy me.
I just think it's the most stupid trend.
I think it's stupid.
No, it's gonna go out of fashion within like
It's
a
gonna
week.
go out of fashion.
Like,
Yeah.
people
Oh, I'm
already
gonna
getting
upload
them.
this episode and I'm doing that for,
Yeah.
for like 4 times now. And they're
Yeah,
all
you've done that like
they're all-
6
they're
or
all
7
good.
times, didn't you?
Mm.
Anyway, okay. Next one.
We are a friendly podcast.
What would be your dream job?
Probably a youth worker like you.
Oh, that's a fire answer.
Yeah.
Fire answer.
I love that, Tovi.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You did not just say
Why-
fire.
Yeah, I did. Why youth worker?
Just because I think it's quite a rewarding job. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
True.
It's like
Imagine he gets me. Imagine he gets another version of me. Nathan
Yeah, I
really
think-
struggles with these.
Being like a social person as well, like being able to talk
I think you'd be a
about
great
things.
youth worker. So,
Thank you.
I didn't know that, Toby. Learning about you, cool. On my phones now.
I wouldn't be a youth worker.
Okay, next one.
Can't deal with children.
To be fair, you want to be a teacher, so it's not far off.
Actually, I've changed that. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I personally don't endorse it.
That's
Yes!
You don't
Pineapple
like it?
does not
No.
belong on pizza.
But I don't
No.
hate it with a passion. Like, I can understand how some people are like,
I don't get it at all.
Go back.
Yeah, I don't get it at all.
No, you need to.
But I
hate.
don't-
and it's ironic because I'm
This is the
Italian
only thing
as
you're allowed
well.
to hate.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Did you know? Pineapple on pizza may be called Hawaiian pizza, but it was actually made in Canada, not Hawaii.
Wow.
Reese's fact of the day.
Backdrop. Thanks, thanks.
Facts.
Good job. Okay, 2 more, Toby.
Okay,
So, if you could master one skill instantly, what would it be?
singing.
Singing. Ooh.
Singing.
Why singing, Toby?
Well, because then I'd be able to do what you guys asked me to earlier.
Smart answer. I like it. I reckon you can sing anyway, Toby. I reckon, do you know what? We should do a challenge.
Yeah.
And if Toby loses it, he has to sing on the episode. What do you think?
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll
You remember when we did the task?
yeah, Reece sang once when he lost the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Byron,
Maybe at Christmas.
I deleted that video. So yeah. Well,
Oh really?
yeah.
Maybe at Christmas, Toby sings a Christmas carol if he loses some challenges.
Yeah.
Anyway, all
I
right.
have all the power when it comes to the YouTube channel.
The last one.
Right. What's one piece of advice you give your younger self,
Ooh,
little Toby?
that's a bit deep, actually.
Yeah. It's
You
not very
made
quick
the
fire,
questions.
but
Or did you get ChatGPT to do it?
No answer.
I'd say don't overthink as
Yeah.
much as what I used to,
Yeah, it's
especially about like school and stuff like that, because it was
good. Yeah,
not
yeah.
worth the
Yeah.
stress.
No, I think that's a good one because we can all like just like overthink just
Yeah.
the most simplest things and waste loads of stress on it. So that's a good answer. Cool. Well done, Toby. You survived.
You survived.
10 quickfire questions.
Well done.
Very well done. But we have got a
I
slight.
don't think you faked it.
I don't think. No, he's done well. Yeah, he's done well. We might get one again at some point. Yeah. But we've got a bit more of a serious question now for you, Toby. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Toby, you're a Christian.
Yep.
You go to church. You go to our youth groups every week. What is it that made you want to be a Christian and give your life to Jesus?
Okay. So I think mainly because of, obviously I was raised as a Christian by my parents and stuff, but then when I turned about like 10 and like around that sort of age, I started thinking more logically, and I kind of strayed off that sort of like Christian path. I've always in my head known that there is an afterlife, a God, a creator, because that's what just makes sense to me. I can't picture that not being the case. But not recently, as in like since I've been 14, so yeah, since about then I sort of turned back to the Christian sort of like mindset because I was thinking a lot more about religion. But the thing that makes me adamant on the fact that I am a Christian, like that I believe in the teachings of the Bible compared to any other sort of religious teachings, is just because it makes the most sense to me, in the sense that the Bible is the only religion that I know of that preaches the fact that you can't earn your way into heaven. That because to me, the whole point of being a Christian is basically accepting the fact that you can't do it on your own.
Yeah,
like
wow, that's good.
Yeah. Since obviously when I think of an afterlife, that's the perfect place. You know, you have to be righteous to get into there. But I don't think any human is self-righteous.
No.
Yeah.
It's only by what Jesus has done for us.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. That's an awesome answer.
Yeah, deep question.
Deep question, deep answer. He's doing well, isn't he? He's doing well.
very
Well
good.
done, Toby. Okay, all right. Well, before we go, that's kind of going to flow into our actual topic for today, isn't it? So we're talking about something called the Quiet Revival, and that kind of links because it's about young people coming to faith. But before we do that, we're going to do a new segment, aren't we? So this is going to be something which is going to be on.
Segment!
Wow. Thank you for that intro, Reece.
You're welcome.
So this is something we're going to do each episode, and we're calling it Youth Highlights.
Dun dun dun.
So basically, what we're going to do is each of us is going to share one highlight from the past month of youth work here at Bourne Baptist Church. So who wants to go first?
What?
Go on, Reece. What's one highlight for you?
So one of my highlights
Yeah.
is the youth service that happened on this past Sunday.
Sunday just gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very good.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that.
And why was that a highlight for you?
I liked how all of us, as a collective, all of us youth,
Mm.
we all had somewhat of a role
Yeah.
in how the service turns out.
Yeah.
And with that, because we had like the band as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
we had the actions and all that.
Tovi was hosting the service.
Tovi was hosting.
Yeah. You were doing the AV.
How that all
Yeah.
came together, it was just, it's incredible.
Really cool.
Yeah.
There was
was
16 young people helping out with the service, which is really
Yeah.
cool. And I counted there was 28 teenagers at the service, so that's pretty good going. So that's a really good one. And Reece did a great job with the AV.
I think more young people come to the youth services
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's just mainly youth
Yeah.
aimed. When it's like just normal service, it's not as
It's not
youth,
just
it's not as
directed.
youth
Yeah.
oriented, is it?
But
So,
yeah, cool. Nice one, Reece. Go on, Tovi. What about you? Highlight.
So for me, it would be literally the day before the youth
Yeah.
service. Charlotte's wedding. Charlotte's wedding.
Charlotte's
Yeah,
wedding.
Charlotte.
We love Charlotte.
We love
Yeah.
Charlotte, she's great.
I think it was my first wedding that I've ever been to,
Wow.
personally, which
Yeah.
is it was really cool.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
didn't know that already.
Lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
And stuff, and it was just really cool seeing all of the youth as well, like all
All
like
dressed
dressed
up,
up.
He-
Like,
yeah.
it was so
he-
cool.
so you
Yeah.
came in
Oh, yeah.
with What colour was it? Navy.
My tie was navy, but
tie
the
was
rest was
navy.
black.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Yeah, that
it
was
was
good.
just cool.
Yeah.
I
And
enjoyed
Charlotte's
it.
one of our youth leaders,
Yeah.
for those who don't know. So she got married on Saturday, and all the youth went to celebrate her. To be fair, what I also
It was
liked,
really special for her that we all went.
yeah,
I
it
should
was
say.
100%. And what I also, this isn't my highlight, but I also liked how we did the youth after party for
Yeah,
on
that
Monday.
was
we did
cool.
youth after party
Yeah.
on Monday.
Yeah. So Charlotte didn't know that was happening. So we all got dressed up in suits, didn't we? And the girls
Yeah.
in their dresses, and we had this nice roast dinner. And Charlotte came, and it was a surprise for her.
Yeah.
I liked how people were giving toasts for her and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was really cool. Okay, my highlight would actually be the course we've been doing on a Monday, the Consumer
Consumer
course. Yeah. So we've been doing a course on mental health.
Yeah.
With the young people having on a Monday, and I think it's just been really good just to have those
Yeah.
open conversations.
Because we had Charlotte and Kat, they did something, didn't
Yeah, they both shared about their
Because
experience
Kat
of
did
mental health,
something about depression,
Yeah.
and then Charlotte did something on
anxiety, and I
They were
talked
really
about
good.
honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really good.
so
Dara next. Ooh,
maybe
Dara's
no
next.
pressure,
Ooh.
but yeah, that's been really good just to talk about mental health. I think you guys.
Yeah.
So
It's really good course.
Yeah.
Very good.
it's been good. Okay, well, that is the end of segment youth highlights. I feel like we need like some sort of youth highlights, something like that.
Yeah, I'll record your voice and you can do that.
Oh, do you know? No, Tovi can sing it.
No way.
Yeah, Toby, sing it
Toby
for us.
can sing it.
You get zero compensation.
We'll get
for it.
that sorted.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we're going on to our main topic this week,
Yes.
where we're talking about the Quiet Revival. So,
Quiet Revival.
boys, firstly, have you heard of the Quiet Revival?
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it.
Yeah.
So what do you know of the Quiet Revival?
So
Reece?
from what I know, it's a poll of the amount of Gen Z who are starting to believe in God. That's
Yeah. So it's the Quiet Revival isn't just the poll, but the poll is the evidence of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Quiet Revival is about how Gen Z have just recently been flocking to church at a faster rate than we've seen in like maybe hundreds of
What
years.
percentage of it is thanks to satellite?
Well, it's not just in the UK, but I don't know.
If you thought it out, just
No,
the UK.
satellites has had a big impact, I suppose,
Yeah.
but I don't know how
Satellites
big.
is really good.
Yeah. Have you heard of Quiet Revival before, Toby?
Yeah, I think it's come up in one of our conversations.
Yes,
before.
we've chatted about it before, haven't we, actually?
Yeah.
Well, what I thought we'd do, before I actually ask the question then, why do we think the Quiet Revival's happening? Should I reel off a few stats about it
Yeah.
so we can get a few
Let's
ideas?
get his notes file out.
Yeah,
because
got my
he's
notes out
prepared.
because I'm pro, because I've
See,
organised it.
I can't ever do like notes and stuff because
No.
my phone's always the wrong recording.
It's true.
Yeah, unless
yeah.
I bring it on a piece of paper, then that makes you feel a bit
Too organised for you,
too
mate.
organised. Yeah.
All right, so these stats, all right, from 2018 is the original numbers to 2024, which are the current numbers. So church attendance in teenagers in 2018 was 4%. So 4% of teenagers would go to church.
Wow.
By 2024, it's now 16%, and it's 21% in guys. Which is interesting that it's actually higher in guys and girls.
Oh, really?
Like a higher increase, 21% increase.
I mean, I've started coming on Sunday more, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And then Bible sales in that time have increased by 87%, which is pretty mad. It says,
Not know young people.
yeah,
Did not know young people could read.
didn't know degree. But also, you think like nowadays they're doing
Yeah.
everything on their phones. You think, well, they'd get the Bible app, but they're actually buying.
I think with them buying a Bible, it's like hold more meaning to them.
Yeah, I think so.
Because that means then they have like the physical.
Yeah, I quite
one.
like having the physical one. So 2 more stats. Young people believing in God or like a higher power, so believing there's something beyond themselves, rose from 54% to 67%. And young people who say they pray rose from 31% to 43%.
Yeah.
But what was the last statistic?
The very last one.
The one you said.
The one before. Young people believing in God or a higher power rose from 54% to 67%. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Toby.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, just dropping that in on an important moment there.
What is it,
I wondered why you randomly started laughing. I thought I'm just going to ignore him.
What's the statistic?
Maybe that's
Yeah.
where it's come from.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. That's where it came from.
but yeah, and sorry. So the final one was young people pray rose from 31% to 43%.
Yeah.
So like
Let's just stop.
those are actually, if you think about the amount of young people, they are actually huge numbers, massive numbers, and that's happening in quite a short space of time. So the question is, boys, why is that happening? What is happening in Gen Z right now that we suddenly see a huge change from being completely against church and faith, and all of a sudden they're becoming a lot more open and actually showing up in our church buildings?
Because, as you know, at this current moment in time, there's like people thinking like, "Oh, another world war's going to happen." I think like because of it's drawing them because they want things to like they're hoping they don't want something. So I think with the praying and stuff, they like praying world war doesn't happen, so they're going towards Jesus for that.
Do you think it's almost like out of fear a little bit because there's so much fear in the world?
Yeah, out of uncertainty.
Yeah,
kind of like that.
Yeah.
Bring them some like sort of hope.
Yeah. So in like a world which feels quite like fearful,
because we're not in like
unsafe.
We're not in a very like secure world anymore because because of like all the wars that have happened because of like, the Israel and Gaza one. There's the Russia Ukraine. It's like you can't really feel like safe anymore in the world because of all that.
And turn into something bigger and beyond yourself can help you feel like, oh, there's hope. There's like a consistency and a safety. That's interesting. Yeah. What do you reckon, Tovi? Why do you think people are coming back to church and faith?
I mean, it's sort of bouncing off what you and Reece were just saying. It's sort of like, it depends how you as like the recipient of that sort of like, you know, things going on in the world and stuff. Some people could genuinely see finding faith, like, you know, trying to form their relationship with Jesus as that's happened because like as a result of all these things going on in the world. It's like, because it's to do with like how you interpret certain scenarios. It's whether or not you think it's a coincidence or if it's a higher power. And in this case, it being Jesus and God.
Yeah.
So I think it's down to, it's sort of like an awakening in sort of, especially because with teenagers sort of thinking more consciously about higher power and things like that. I think that stems from them having like a wider conscience about real world activity, stuff like that.
I think really, and I like the word you said, like an awakening. Like it's almost like, it feels like for me that young people have been so switched off from it, and all of a sudden it's just suddenly becoming real to them because they're going, oh, actually this world's like really messed up.
Because it's going to affect us.
Yeah, I think so. And actually, like you read the numbers and like they sound like interesting, but maybe they don't click in. But you can see it in our own context. Like 2 years ago, we would have like 6 young people at church. Yeah, and we had 28 on Sunday. Like that's big increases.
Numbers have increased.
Yeah, really interesting. I wonder for you, Reece, as someone who like you wouldn't say you're a Christian and you're not sure if there's a God.
I consider myself like questioning.
Yeah, questioning.
Yeah.
What is it for you then, as someone who's not quite sure whether there's a God or not? What is it about you that wants to come to church? Because you've been coming to church on a Sunday, haven't you?
Initially it was. I started coming to church like during summer because by the end of school we weren't, because youth groups aren't on during the summer at all. Yeah. And like satellites and stuff. So I just thought to come see everyone.
Yeah, see the young people.
Come on Sundays. Yeah. And like after satellites, etc. Because I didn't go to satellites. I didn't come to satellites this year,
So you hadn't seen people
so
in
I
quite a while,
hadn't
had you?
seen
Yeah.
anyone. So I won't do that. But then I've like, even from that, I'm like, kind of like got into my kind of
It's in a
became a routine.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I do enjoy being here.
Mm.
It is lovely here. Loads of nice people. So I'm like not someone who's nice, and I get like opportunities to help on like AV and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
which I wouldn't get like anywhere else.
Yeah.
And if I'm being quite honest, being at home's a bit boring. Yeah,
Well, I think like what you're saying is basically it's offering you good community.
nothing good community.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, there are some people in like the church community who like I don't know, but they're like, oh, you're Reece and stuff, and I'm like, yes, I am, and like, oh, I know you from this and this, and that. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, that's nice. So
yeah,
but
so it's
everyone
good.
who in the you call it like a congregation or something, don't you?
Well,
Or
call
whatever
what you
call
want,
it.
yeah. You call
Yeah,
it what you want.
the community,
Yeah.
whatever.
A gathering
They're
or
all
something.
yeah, they're all really nice. So I come in for like the nice community.
Yeah, yeah. And I think actually that's what young people are crying out for.
Yeah.
Because young people nowadays, like you guys will know this, are stuck at home a lot more.
Mm.
Like you're hanging out with your mates more on playing games or online, less in person. Actually, you can start feeling quite lonely,
Yeah.
can't you? Like that is one of the words that they used to describe this generation. They call it the anxious generation. They call it the lonely generation. So actually, having a space where you can come and have community and feel safe, I think
We
it's
went
quite
through
important
like
for
a
young people.
pandemic, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, coming here on Sundays that's what's diverted me a bit from like the whole not believing at all and questioning.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like still like dead straight.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
This is what I believe. I'm
Yeah.
like,
You're looking into it.
I'm looking into it
Yeah.
and stuff. And as you
Good
know,
place to
I
be.
do like how I do like all my graphic design stuff
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
church as well. I like doing all that bits,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Nick's taking on board some of the stuff that I've been doing, which is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nice as well.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a good place to be asking questions. Like you don't have to
Yeah.
know where you are. It's good
Yeah.
that you feel you can come and answer those questions in a safe way. I wonder what you think as well. So when you think about like youth culture now, or just
Yeah.
culture in general, what do you think about? Actually, I feel like people almost getting burnt out and tired on secular culture. And what I mean by that is like just everyday culture. I feel like people are actually getting fed up on that,
Yeah.
and they're looking for hope in a different place, and they're finding actually rather than like it all being like work really hard and lots of money and all that kind of thing, but actually going actually I'm finding hope in Jesus and in my relationship with him.
That gives your life some kind of meaning.
Yeah, some meaning. Yeah. So what do you think about that, Tovi? Like, do you think young people are starting to get like tired out on youth culture and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I reckon it's also because if you think about it, the Bible, aside from it being like a Christian book, it's not just like a book that teaches Christians how to live. It's due to like just if you want to be a decent human being, like standards and morals. It's not just to do with like the Christian faith. It's kind of a guide of just how to be a good person and lead. It's an idealistic life, but obviously it's impossible to follow every single thing
100%.
at the same time in the Bible. But like as a whole sum, then it's pretty much just like just a guide on how to be a good person.
It's showing you a different way to live other than what like culture's saying.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool.
I remember Nathan mentioning one podcast episode when it comes to like, it's like him considering himself a religious person. He said, I don't consider myself a religious person. Because being a religious person, you consider like following a set of rules, whereas he prefers being like having a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, like, Christianity isn't just about rules. That's why I'd say I'm not religious, because religious literally just means like rules. But like it is just about relationship. It's about a relationship with Jesus and what he's done for us.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I think that the rules, like, well, I'll say rules, but like because overall I think they're just teachings, because they're lessons that you learn to become a better person, and I think they're there for you to be able to like come closer to Jesus and God.
Yeah.
No,
that's really good. That's really good. Okay, well, moving on to a next question then. Would you say, like people in your schools, like young people in your schools, would you say that you can almost feel like people your age are more open to faith? Or would you say that isn't something you would notice in your schools?
I would say, from what I can tell from like my year group, no.
No. Okay, that's fair enough.
No, it's very. You call it secular.
Yeah.
Whereas like you can tell there's like no people are not religious at all. Just straight, not caring about faith at all. Because I mean, a lot of them are like fairly mature in my group. We put it that way, the nicest way possible. And they like say like they say like mean stuff about religion and stuff like that. Not to dissing my year group, I'm just stating the obvious. So yeah, so I could not.
So you're not. You
I'm
haven't
not at
experienced
all.
that.
But then I'm not sure like other year groups in my school.
Yeah.
What's it like in sixth form? Because it's different to.
Yeah. What would you say?
I mean, it's like it's people from schools around Lincolnshire, isn't it?
I mean, even going back from like year 11, because I'm in year 12 now, but in year 11, it was really weird because a lot of the like people who I thought wouldn't like even have it on their mind about religion or anything like that. I know a lot of people are aware that I'm religious and stuff, and it kind of shocks me the amount of people who I would think are unlikely to speak to me about my faith actually ask me a lot of questions, and it kind of not confused me, but it surprised me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's interesting.
I mean, even literally like a couple of weeks ago, one boy in the year above me who I thought was kind of definitely not in that sort of frame of mind to like be curious about that sort of thing. We had like an hour discussion in one of my frees, and he was just asking me about basically why I am a Christian and things like that, and he seemed pretty interested because I'm not saying I'm not open to talk about it, but obviously with being a Christian, especially with a school that isn't necessarily Christian, it's kind of like not that I feel distant, but like it's not as popular. It's more it's like you don't want to bring it up as in because
and it can be hard to.
There's like misconceptions about you're speaking about it to try and evangelize people, but that's not necessarily why I speak about my faith. It's just something that I'm passionate about, and I speak about it just to
them.
I'm just sharing my opinion on something because like you said earlier, I wouldn't say that I'm religious. I wouldn't class myself as Christian. Yes, I say I am Christian, but I rather describe myself as someone who follows the teachings of the Bible, because Christianity as like a label, it's not always. I mean, historically, it's been used to not always do the right things or do the things that the Bible's intended for its followers to do. It's been used to colonize or like manipulate people. And obviously I don't agree with stuff like that. So instead I follow the teachings, or I try to follow the teachings of the Bible. So
that's a really interesting point you're saying there, Tovi, because I think like that's what we're seeing with Gen Z as well, is they're almost like restructuring a bit of what like this Christian faith can look like, and I think Gen Z particularly do struggle with labels a little bit. But it's interesting, like for me, like because the word Christian actually like almost translates into Christ. So what it really means is to be an example of Jesus. So to say you're a Christian is just to say I'm just
trying to represent Christ.
So you probably could say actually, I am a Christian. But I understand that whole that label. I'm not, because people have maybe used it in not a good way as well at times. That's really interesting thinking, and it's interesting to hear your different experiences. And possibly it could be age, but actually a lot of that might be, well, Reece, people know you someone who's not a Christian. Tovi, people know you someone who is a Christian, so people have come to speak to you about it.
Because since we started the podcast, which was a few years ago now, well, makes us feel old. People immediately expect me to be like, oh, Reece, you're religious, aren't you? And I'm like, no, I'm not, because of the podcast, because
because you come to church,
and I say to them, the podcast isn't just completely Christian based. It's you got faith point of views and you got non-faith point of views. That's the whole point of it. It's kind of like a debate for a podcast.
It's an opportunity for people to ask questions like you are at the moment.
Because we give our different viewpoints on it. So because the whole idea of the podcast is it could bring people towards faith. They could go that, or they could it allows them to just
ask questions.
Ask questions, get their questions answered. Stuff like that. But it dawns on me a bit when people immediately expect me to be religious because of the podcast.
Yeah.
And that's not me dissing the podcast because it's my baby, it's my creation. As well as yours. Well, I say his, but I do most of the work.
Wow.
Yeah.
I planned this episode,
You
by the way.
planned this episode. Okay. You planned the episode. I'm sorry. I'm the one who does all
Okay,
the.
Reece, we'll move on. Yeah, before you start ranting.
Why do you-
Sometimes he just needs a little calming down. It's okay, Reece. Okay, buddy. You need 5 minutes out. Would you like a glass of water?
I'm not a child.
All right, let's move on to the last question. Okay, what do you think it is
Have some Coke,
that?
thank you.
Yeah, have a Pepsi Max, mate. What do you think it is that holds young people back still from the Christian faith? Like, what are some of the things which you feel are blockages for young people nowadays?
Some of the expectations you have to follow, or some of
Okay.
the teachings.
So, what do you mean by that, Reece?
Because
do you
there
have an
are-
example or something?
I mean, like, there are some Christians who some who are stuck to like the Old Testament, some are stuck to a bit of both, or to the New Testament, and I think because people who Gen Z can get a bit confused, like, oh, which one's like the best one to follow per se, the old one and the new one, and the old one I would say is got quite a few verses etc. which don't really apply to modern day stuff. So I mean, we've discussed it at length in previous ones, like about like people's identity, etc., etc. How like it doesn't fully agree with like some bits of the Bible, etc. And all that. I've forgotten the question now.
No. What are
Yeah.
some of the blockages? It's interesting what you're saying there. I mean, I think like for me, the most important thing, the most important parts of the Bible, you might say, the Gospels,
Yeah.
to the life of Jesus and hearing about Jesus. But actually, all the Bible, including the Old Testament, talks about Jesus. Even before he was born, there's lots of bits in it which are like prophesying, which means speaking about the future, which God's given to people, which is talking about Jesus. So you can't, as a Christian, for me, you can't discount the Old Testament and say, I'm just following the new. But if you take verses out of context, if you just pluck a verse out,
Because aren't there like different versions of the Bible, aren't there?
there's different translations, not different versions. But I get what you're saying. But what I mean is, if you were just to take a verse and don't look into the background of that passage, what's going on, you could make it into something really negative.
Yeah, really negative.
So you have to really do the work, especially when the Old Testament was written so long ago, that you have to really look
It's really
at the
difficult to
context
translate it into exactly how it
into
was.
modern day. Yeah, because you're looking at something, you're talking about things which happened, I don't know how long ago, because I don't, but hundreds of thousands, maybe more years ago, and then trying to put it in today's context. That's not an easy thing to do.
This isn't kind of like related to the question, but
Okay.
when I hear the word Christian, it like really derives from, because I know, because you're Christian, and lovely, you no problems with you. But then like people,
We are lovely.
There are people across the world who are Christians, but then I say they put shame towards it, because for example, in like America per se, they're Republicans, they're mainly all Christians. I would say, they pretty much all are.
Yeah.
They kind of put shame to like some of the morals of it. And I'm like,
I think that's a fair comment.
It's really difficult to justify if Christianity is completely a source for good, or it's really difficult to justify.
That's what I
that
mean.
nowadays.
Because
Go on, Tovi.
sorry,
That's a really
No,
good
it's
point.
fine.
Yeah, go off the back of that.
yeah, like what you were saying about how with other people, that's also something like when I was saying about with Christianity, like the term or like being described as a Christian, sadly it does have negative connotations.
People have made it negative. Yeah.
It's like you could have one person who, not one, like just a someone who claims to be a Christian, but then would go and prejudice against someone who's like LGBT or something like that, but then go out later like with one of their mates who maybe cheats. It's like sometimes they detest like a certain sin over another, and then it just loses the meaning of the Bible,
It loses
because
the meaning of it.
it's not that one sin is necessarily worse than the other, because you have to hold everyone to that same standard then if you're going to do that. And that's
one verse in it, it's something to do with like Leviticus, and it was like love thy neighbor as yourself, per se.
I love how you use the old English there.
Love your neighbor as yourself. I mean that's
good.
That's how I've always been told it.
No, but I think what you boys are saying there is really good, and I think like there is a lot of that, and this is why I would really encourage and say this to all my young people: you need to really get in the Bible for yourself, right? Because if you are just listening to people Like these people, like you're talking about, maybe in America or whatever, and they're claiming to be a Christian, and they've got a platform, so they're speaking out.
Yeah.
Now, what I would always say, look at Jesus in the Bible. You can read the Gospel of Mark in about 20 minutes. So read about the life of Jesus and tell me if that person speaking looks like Jesus. Is he acting like Jesus? Because if he's not a representative of the Christian faith.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So because people have huge platforms now with social media and that, we can get glued to people and then they can say whatever they want and call themselves a Christian. So it's so important in this time. Look to Jesus in the Bible. And what does Jesus, how does he love people? Look at how Jesus washes people's feet and is humble, and how he was kind and compassionate to everyone. And he didn't hate on anyone, and he was gentle. And, even like when you look at like sexism, who was the first person Jesus appeared to when he raised the dead? Women.
Yeah.
Lifting up women. Like, look at who Jesus is in the Bible. And then, when you're listening to preachers or speakers, go, does that person sound like Jesus or not? And that's how you have to judge it. But it is hard because this world has so much hate in the world and people claim stuff.
I think there's too much self-righteousness in people's heads. They think that they're above everyone else. Though I'm not saying everyone physically shows that, but in a lot of people's heads, they're number one. And that's all that really matters. It's a matter of selfishness.
Yeah.
And and I'm not saying that I'm not a selfish person, because everyone,
we all are.
everyone, but
wow, boys, that got deep, didn't it?
It did.
That was some good debate. I enjoyed that. Did you enjoy that, Reece?
Yeah,
Did you enjoy that, Tovi?
That's what the podcast
Thanks
is
for having
all
you on.
about.
It's all about. And we hope for you guys it was helpful to listen to a bit of that. And these are big. We didn't have all the answers at all, but we were just chatting about it. And
You
it's
can never have the full correct answer, can you?
And it's an example again that to have these conversations with people, especially people you trust. And like I said, maybe it might be actually off the back of this, I'm going to read the Gospel of Mark and I'm going to go, actually, who is this Jesus? Who does the Bible say Jesus is? But ask the question, like Reece is saying, he's asking questions at the moment.
Yeah.
Asking questions is a really good place to be. And then if you do come to faith, I feel it gives you a more solid grounding or whatever you believe in. So well done, boys. Enjoyed that. Tovi, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give on your guest episode of the podcast?
not necessarily.
No?
No.
Not even your girlfriend, Hattie?
Oh,
Dude.
Shout out Hattie.
Hattie, I'm really sorry about him, man. Like, I'll give him some lessons on how to be more romantic. But yeah, shout out Hattie. Let's shout out Charlotte and Phil. I think he just got married. Shout out Charlotte and Phil. Any shout outs you want to give?
I'm going to shout out Tovi for being on the podcast.
Yeah, shout out Tovi.
Thank you.
Tovi, man.
Yeah.
You might actually get back on. Our other two guests never got back on. They weren't as good as him, were they? No. That was my wife.
Oh.
Sorry, love. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.